What up, y'all? It's DJ MV.
And I am Gia Casey.
And this is another edition of Pillow Talk with the KC crew.
Welcome.
That's right. We're out in Miami.
Yes.
I had to come out here and do a couple of things. So we're here for the day. So we brought the podcast equipment and said, we're going to knock out the podcast in between shows.
Yes, that's exactly what we're doing. Laid up in the hotel with these mics.
That's right. We had a day event and then after we have a night event. So we said in between, before taking a shower and getting ready, we'll knock out the Pillow Talk podcast.
Yeah, so if I'm out with only eyeliner on one eye, it's because this went overtime.
It went overtime.
Y'all will just have to forgive me tonight.
So now where do you want to start? You want to start with the hip hop world or pop world?
Let's start with the pop world.
Okay, let's start with Kylie Jenner.
Okay.
Now, Kylie Cosmetics, if you don't know who Kylie Jenner is, she is the younger sister of the Kardashian clan.
Hold on. That's not the pop world.
That's pop culture.
That's not the pop world.
But
when
it's
you say the
culture.
pop world, we're thinking pop music.
No, I was thinking pop culture. She's pop culture.
Oh, okay. Because y'all know that he surprises me with these topics, right?
Right.
Okay.
So she was just on Forbes magazine. She's going to be the youngest en route to be a billionaire. So she's going to be the youngest billionaire, and she's making this money off of Kylie Cosmetics. Now, she had these lip kits that these kids went crazy to buy. Now,
I don't think it was just kids.
A lot of people were crazy to buy them.
Period, yeah.
Now, let's talk about it for a little bit, because a lot of people are talking about, the fact that she made all this money, and did she really use her own products? Because we all know that she had lip filler, right?
Okay, yep.
Now, so you're selling cosmetics based on your lips, but you have lip filler. So that's kind of like false advertising almost, because you're telling everybody I'm selling. Well, first explain what lip fillers are, because I have no idea what they are.
Well, everybody knows that she has lip fillers, so there's no secret. So I don't want to say that it's false advertisement, but I think it might be a little bit of subconscious bamboozlement going on in a sense, because I think that girls that buy her lip kit are trying to achieve a similar look as Kylie Jenner. So, it's I don't think it's false advertisement, but you can't get it without an injection. So yeah, a lip filler is an injection that you can receive in your lips, and they inject a substance. I think the substance typically lasts, depending on which brand you get, because there's different brands and they have different lengths of time to which they last. So I think that most of them might last about 18 months.
18 months, that long?
Yeah, I think the newer ones, I know someone that just got lip fillers, and I think that they last up to about 18 months.
Our black friend or white friends?
She's mixed.
Okay.
She would fit in the other category. She checked that box.
All right.
But yeah, so I think the one that she got is it's an 18-month thing. But I've also heard that, it can last 6 months, but I think it depends on the product.
And she's, we're talking to Kylie Jenner, she's en route to be the youngest billionaire ever. I think, which is amazing. That is a dope feat. If I have a child, I hope my children can be the youngest billionaires ever. But I kind of feel a way. And the reason I kind of feel a way, not the fact that she's making money, because I'm happy for her. I want her to make as much money as she possibly can. I'm actually happy that she's, an entrepreneur and created her own business. But I feel like she's playing off of the, what's the word I'm looking for? She's playing off of what people want. And she knows she has a young following, talking about Kylie Jenner. And when I say that,
okay.
No, when I say that is,
I'm already skeptical. Go ahead.
All right. People know that a lot of kids love the fact that they love her lips, right?
Right.
They seen her lips go from the old Kylie Jenner to the new Kylie Jenner, totally different girl. And they love the fact that her lips are more plump and more defined. So a lot of people, when her coming out with a cosmetic line, especially these lip kits, is amazing, because she knows that these kids will follow and buy because they want those type of lips. Okay. And you're selling the lip kits based on your lips, but that's not based on how you got your lips like that.
Yeah, but Rashawn, that's the art of business.
Lying to the people?
No, and it's not lying, because like I said earlier, everyone knows that she has lip filler. Everyone knows that Kylie Jenner's beauty is not a result of genetics. And I'm not saying that she wasn't beautiful before. I'm saying that her new beauty essentially
totally different person
has been created.
Right.
She looks like a whole new human being.
She does.
I think recently she just removed the lip fillers.
She did.
So she's back to smaller lips. But there's that's not lost on anyone. Everybody knows that her entire look was created. I don't own a Kylie Jenner lip kit. I wasn't one of the people that was cramming Sephora when they came out.
Well, you don't need the lips. Your lips are...
I have pretty big lips already,
big lips.
so I don't need a lip kit. I think that the lip kit's marketing is geared around creating her look. So I would suspect that it has lip liners and lipsticks that are in the nude palettes, and probably that would enable its user to overdraw the lips so that the lips can appear to be bigger, which is a big trend right now. A lot of girls are doing. So I think that the marketing pretty much tells girls like, okay, you can have this look of a lip. You can create this look of a lip. So I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I actually think that it's clever and in a way genius, because that's, like I was saying earlier, it's the art of business. You find what your special sauce is. Whatever makes you special, unique, beautiful, whatever sets you apart from others, that's your special sauce. And if you are in the public eye, if you're smart, that is what you will use to market and create products along those lines, because not only do you have knowledge in that area, but you can push it honestly because like that's your thing.
Well, let me ask you a question. You think having the child, because she recently had a baby, you think having a child made her want to take the lip filler out and kind of deduct some of the I want to say aftermarket like she's a car, but like the aftermarket stuff that she's doing to herself? Because
no, I don't think so.
Because
what does having a child have to do with her lip filler?
Reason being is as you're having a child, let's say I'm somebody that's into aftermarket parts, and I don't know why I'm comparing aftermarket to people opposed to cars.
I'm trying so hard to follow you right
but
now.
like, all right, let's say I'm a female and I get my ass shots, right? And then I get my boobs done, right? And then I get high cheekbones, whatever that's called, collagen or something.
So no, like you're so way off. I'm just gonna let you live. Go
ahead.
All right,
but I get high cheekbones, and then I put stuff in my lips to make my lips bigger, right? I have to realize that if I do that when I have my child, that's almost like telling my child that it's okay, whatever, just do whatever you want to do.
I think that she thinks it's okay to do what she wants to do to, in her mind, enhance her body.
So you don't think it has anything to do with the fact that she has a kid that maybe she's taking these lip fillers out?
I don't see the correlation whatsoever.
Okay.
I think that she thinks that it's okay. I think that her mother and her family thinks that it's okay. And a lot of people in the world think that it's okay. There's a lot of people that support the idea of plastic surgery and altering your looks on a surgical level to attain the look that you desire. And I'm not here to judge. So if that's what pleases you and it's done within reason, I personally don't think that her transformation was done within reason, but if it pleases you and it's done within reason, then bravo to you.
Okay. Well, congratulations to her to be the youngest, one of the youngest, almost there to reach 1 billion. I mean, I love that family's business mind. Everything's set up as a business. I don't necessarily love everything that they do, but the fact that they are getting it is great.
And I just want to say one more thing. I think that it's a better idea that she has a product that is near and dear to her,
right?
Or that resembles something that sets her apart from everybody else, as opposed to pushing a product that she has no knowledge or no involvement in.
Right.
So I think that that's good. I don't have any problem with her and her lip kit. And listen, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
All right. What do you think? I've been seeing a lot of backlash since that article came out, the whole Forbes thing. What do you think about people, how would I put it? Begrudging the idea that she's making her money, and actually people have kind of attributed this to the whole Kardashian crew, that they've made their money based on Black culture. I've seen so many comments and so much backlash about it, and I want to know what your opinion is.
I mean, I think it's true. I mean, I think they are. I mean, I think that, yes, absolutely. I mean, I think a lot of what people do now is Black culture, you know, whether it was, you know, the braids thing and where that came from, that was from Black culture. I think the lips thing, you know, typically and usually African American have bigger lips, and the fact that they are creating these lip kits are to have bigger lips like the African American culture. So yeah, they are making money off of it. Yeah, absolutely they are. Now, how do I feel about it? I mean, how can I feel about it? Sometimes I feel like, was there a lip kit created by African Americans out there? You know, was there? I don't know, you know?
I'm sure there wasn't. I've never seen anything called a lip kit. I think that was an original idea.
See, that's the thing. We can't be mad at people if we're not doing it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if we're doing it and people are going around us and creating their own and going against us and making money, then that's something different. But if we're not creating it and we're not out there thinking about it and trying to push hard with these ideas, then you can't necessarily be mad. Like, you just can't, you know? Now, if there was, what's a Black name? I don't know. Vivian. I don't know. That's my aunt's name. So let's say Vivian created a lip kit and we weren't fucking with it, and now Kylie created one and everybody's buying it, then that's fucked up. But if none of us are creating or actually building these type of things that represent our community and our culture, then you can't necessarily be mad. I mean, I would hope that Kylie Jenner would say, okay, you know, this is Black culture or this is that culture, let me donate some money to this. But she doesn't necessarily have to. That's her business. You know, I wish she thought of it before we did.
All right, I like that.
All right, now let's go to our buddy, our guy, Street. Did I say that right?
No, you didn't.
All right, well, shout out to Safari. Now, Safari last week was uptown at Dyckman. Now, Gia, you probably don't know what Dyckman is.
Why? That's like the second time that you've said that. Why would you say that?
What's Dyckman?
What do you mean, what's Dyckman? It's a street. What do you mean, what's Dyckman?
Okay, can I explain now what it is? Because you don't know what it is.
I mean, I do know what it is.
What is
but
it?
Dyckman is a street.
But what was he doing?
Rashawn, don't sit here and test me.
So let me
I know what it is.
All right, so let me tell you. So if you don't know, like Gia,
why do you? I need you to take that out of your mouth. Stop saying that.
What was he doing up in Dyckman?
He was at a basketball tournament.
Okay, Dyckman is a popular basketball tournament, kind of like Rucker.
Right, but Dyckman is a street.
Okay, you said that. But Dyckman also has the basketball tournament.
And I just said that.
All right, let me explain. He was.
But I'm just proving that I know what it. Like, why you keep insisting that I have, like, I'm clueless when it comes to this stuff.
Have you ever been to Dyckman?
I've never been there.
Okay.
I've been to Rutgers.
Shut up. So Rutgers is a basketball tournament. Dyckman's another popular basketball tournament. And sometimes at these tournaments, rappers come up there and perform their hits, perform their records, perform their singles. So last week, if you haven't seen, yes, Safari went up to Dyckman to perform. As he was performing, I spoke to him. So he said there was a small group of kids that was booing as soon as he started performing, like boo, 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 boo. And he said it was really getting to him. And they said it was one of those things that they kept doing it, and I guess people seen him getting mad as he was performing, so they started doing it more. Mm-hmm. So he got mad and said, y'all young kids, I fucked the bitches y'all dream of. And it didn't go well for him. And then when he started doing that, he
said, I bleep the bees that are up on your wall.
Yeah, I fucked the bitches up on your wall. And Dyckman didn't like that too much, and they just started throwing everything at him from
whatever was in there.
Whatever, raw food,
water. I saw water bottles.
Soda.
I saw a lot of water bottles.
Top Pop, you name it, they were throwing it at him. You name it, they were throwing at him. And he actually did a song after and said he wasn't there just trying to disrespect Dyckman. He said he was there performing and somebody threw raw food at him. So, you know, he said what he said. So now let me ask you a question, because I spoke to him about it. He said, well, how would you handle this? I said, well, what you should have done, I said, when you seen it starting to get bad, you should have performed and then stopped and said, Dyckman, I appreciate y'all, and kept it moving. I said, or if you wanted to say something, there's two ways that you always go in, nobody can ever boo, right? You say, yo, I appreciate y'all. Yo, if you feel blessed and you believe in God, put your hands up one time.
That's it. How are you going to use that? Oh
No.
my God, shame on you, dear Lord. I'm going to pray to you about Rashawn tonight.
I'm telling you.
And he's going to withdraw what he just said.
I'm telling
you. So you suggest that we use our love of the Lord to deflect negativity that's coming towards us at any given time.
If you're about to get hit in the head with a water bottle, you better do what you got to do.
If you bleep with the Lord, let me see your hands up one time.
Put your hands up one time.
Shame on you.
Now, if you throw a water
I've never
bottle
been
at
as ashamed
that,
of you
or
as I am in this moment.
or if you boo at that, you're going to hell. See what I'm saying? So that,
dear Lord, he knoweth not what he say.
that gets you out of the situation. Or if you say, yo, hold on. If you lost somebody, put your hands up, because everybody has lost somebody.
And then he does a song talking about 100 on this.
No, you
that has nothing to do with losing somebody.
You stop 100 on this. You stopped it. Boom. You just say, yo, if you ever lost somebody, put your hands up right now. Everybody's going to put their hands up.
And then what happens after everybody puts their hands up?
You say, yo.
How does he follow that up?
I'm tell you, say, if you ever lost somebody, put your hands up. I said, this is for, I just wanted to salute for all the people that we've lost in our lives. Peace. And just walk out the park.
That sounds so ridiculous.
And he got his ass out that park without getting hit.
It's like you said that for what? That wasn't a lead into anything?
It didn't
You're
have
not
to.
about to do a song about losing the love of your life, or a father, or your homie from up the street.
No.
Like,
you just don't get hit over the head with a water bottle.
oh, so that was your advice?
So what do you think he should have done?
I think he should have performed through it, not did another song, thanked the crowd, and left.
So what about the whole, yo, I fuck bitches that's on your wall?
Yes, I can't believe he said that.
He said it 3 times. He didn't say it once. He said it 3 times.
I saw him say it twice. Are you sure he said it 3 times?
And he was about to say it 4 times.
I feel like you're exaggerating a little bit. I think he said it twice.
And he was about to say it 4 times, but they cut his mic off. But he was about to say it 4 times.
Yeah. Like, Safari's our guy.
Yeah, he's our guy. I spoke to him about this.
I got a lot of love for him, but
yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a poor choice.
Hell yeah, that was a poor choice. I don't know what the hell he was doing.
Choice. Like, your value as a man isn't hinged upon the bad chicks that you slay.
Nah, it wasn't. That was a bad choice. He shouldn't have said that. Nah,
like, that's, I don't know. Like, that just, I don't know. I think that's I think that was a poor choice.
Yeah, that was.
I'll leave it at that.
That was pretty poor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, better luck next time. So far, I told him next time that's why I told him don't go back up there. But I told him next time, perform where you're from. Go to Brooklyn. Perform in Brooklyn. There's Brooklyn in here. Straight.
No, but we've been out of town with him, and he's performed in Chicago. He's performed, all over the place, and people show him love. Mm-hmm. Like, people were really bleeping with that single. Mm-hmm. People are definitely rocking with it, and it did well for him. I think that was his biggest song that he's ever put out. He had a video, had a dance, and you know what I mean? So it was successful. It did for him what I think that he needed as an artist. Now he just has to follow it up with something else great. Absolutely. So people don't think that he was just a one-trick pony.
Absolutely.
And
lastly, I want to talk about Iman Shumpert and Teyana Taylor.
Oh.
Now, recently she released her album. Keep That Same Energy is the name of the album. And on the album, she has a song called 3-Way. Mm-hmm. And she talks about her sexual experience with her and her husband and them having threesomes. Mm-hmm. People were kind of, some people were upset. Some people thought it was, she gave a little too much information. And she just talks about them having threesomes. So I talked to them in depth about it. And they told me, it was something that wasn't planned, their first one. Mm-hmm. And they said that they were out, I guess, in a city, and I guess they went to a day event, came back to the room, started kissing and whatever, and Iman started taking his clothes off, he said, and he said, Teyana said, hold on, I'll be right back, and he thought she was going to the next room, and then all of a sudden, she brought back a female, mm-hmm. and I guess they, whatever, had sex. So now, let me ask you a question.
You ask me a question?
Yes. Not that you know anything about this, but do you think there should be rules, and what rules do you think there should be in a threesome?
Oh, what rules I think there should be in a threesome. Wow, that's not something I've ever thought of.
Because there's a lot of people out there that listen that indulge in threesomes or are interested in having threesomes. So
Fantasize about threesomes. Yes.
So the question is, what rules should they lay for having threesomes?
Well, I know that some people have a rule that the female always picks the female.
Right.
And that rule is usually put into place so that it doesn't breed insecurity if the man picks the female.
Right.
Because if he does, then it can leave the female thinking, oh, so that's what you like. Or,
exactly.
You might find that more attractive than me, or you like her body more than mine. You think that she's prettier than me or whatever. So if the girl picks it, it's of her own will and volition. And, I think that she takes power and ownership over what's going on, and she presents the other female almost as a present. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of empowering in that scenario, I believe. I think that could be a good rule. Mm-hmm. If I were the type to indulge in threesomes, I might be interested to see what you bring back. It might thrill me a little bit because you might surprise me with your taste. Like for instance, I think that I know your taste up, down, and sideways.
I'm sure.
Right? And I think you know my taste up, down, and sideways. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I think I'd be a little intrigued if you surprised me with something that I wouldn't have pegged for you. Mm-hmm. So I think that when it comes to rules, I think it has to be a personal choice.
Right.
I absolutely, positively believe that if you do have a threesome, that all three parties have to understand that it's a fun thing.
Right.
Like, this is a complete, unadulterated novelty experience. Like, we are all here simply for the fun of it.
Right.
This doesn't go past this room. I mean, you may want to indulge in that person maybe one more time, maybe two more times, but I don't think that it should be a long going relationship, because then it's not like a one and done or a two and done. Then it kind of starts to feel like a relationship. And I think that the more that you're physical with someone, the more emotions are involved and the more attachments that get formed. So I think that it should be, like, all right, this is for fun. This is tonight, maybe, one more time, maybe two more times, and that's it. But there should be no sense of relationship. In other words, there should be no communication outside of the threesome.
Right.
So the female shouldn't call the female, and they shouldn't turn into besties and go shopping together, because clearly if you have a threesome, you kind of, if you're a female, you kind of dig chicks too.
Right.
And now if I'm a man, I don't want to think about my girl off and having a relationship outside of me. Like, if all three of us are in it together, that's great. But I don't want you guys going out for lunch and then going back to the hotel afterwards, because now I have no control. There's no novelty for me. Now I have to be worried about if you're carrying on a relationship that's separate and apart from me.
Right.
There should be no relationship, no communication between the male and the female that's brought into the relationship, because I don't really think that I have to sit here and waste time explaining why that would be a problem. But clearly, to sum it up, that can develop into something in and of itself and have its own beating heart.
Absolutely.
And it can pull you or pull the man away from the relationship. I mean, listen, I just think that when you open yourself up physically to another person, I don't think that any of us are really prepared for what can become of that. Mm-hmm. I don't think that how you can really feel about some person. Like, you can sit next to somebody at a dinner table and think what you think of them, but then when you're intimate with them, that entire opinion and feeling can change, and you can be into them, and not for nothing, someone can steal your man or someone can steal your girl that way.
Right.
So I just don't think that it can go past the bedroom. I think that those are ground rules.
For me, myself, first, I just want to say I'm happy that they were able to talk about it on their album, because that's their truth, that's their real life, and I love people who are able to talk about the truth in reality. I don't think any marriage is perfect in any way, but I think what makes a marriage perfect for people is just how they live their marriage. So I'm glad that they were able to talk about it. Now, as far as a threesome, from the man's point of view, I think that the female should always decide, whatever it is. Like, the female should pick the female should pick the rules, the female should pick time, place, how long, everything. Like, don't go out of that. And I think for females, I think it should be of course, it should be the female picks the person. I think that, like you said, that it should be one of those things where it's that person that they pick is a person that's they picked once, twice, or three times. I don't think it should be anything long lasting, because then it gets feelings, and you just never want to be on the other end of that. You know, you don't want to be the guy and you know your girl and the threesome chick is out, you know, shopping, or, you know, out going on vacation and leaving you. You don't want to be that. And for the female, you know, you don't want to look up your dude and the threesome chick is out having dinner. Like, you don't want to feel that. So
texting, talking about what's up.
Well, yeah,
don't
exactly.
text my man about what's up.
Right.
Which sounds so crazy.
It sounds crazy because all y'all mans.
Because last night, you know, his penis was inside of her,
right.
But she can't text him what's up. I mean, it sounds crazy, but I think that it's the only, I don't even want to use the word efficient, but efficient way that you can have a successful threesome.
And that's what I think. And I think anything else in the bedroom, I think that's to each its own. Whatever y'all enjoy doing, whatever y'all like, it is to each its own. I just think that those are the ground rules that I would say had to be laid down. And that's what Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert said. They said there were certain ground rules that Teyana pretty much controlled the situation, and they, of course, and they kind of just followed the ground rules.
But you don't think that, and we've talked about this on the Casey Crew podcast a long time ago, but you don't think that the idea of a threesome is a recipe for disaster?
No. And you know what we can do? We could actually talk about it on the podcast, the Casey Crew podcast, and we can ask people who've had threesomes to tell us about it, and then we could talk about them telling us about it on the next podcast. That would be pretty cool.
Okay. Well, not when today's Monday, so not, well, today's actually Sunday. This is going to drop on Monday, so not for Wednesday's podcast, but for the following podcast.
Right. Yeah. You can DM us if you're into threesomes and they go well for you guys. DM us and tell us about it, because we'd love to hear about it.
Or if you've had a threesome disaster story and it ruined your relationship. Right.
Yeah. Tell us about it as well. And then I'll also tell you why I would never want to indulge in a threesome with my wife. I would never want to have a threesome with you. Never, ever, 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 ever.
We've tapped on it before, but refresh my memory. Why not?
I'm too jealous. I'm too much of a jealous person to see or to share you with somebody else.
Even if it's a female?
Doesn't matter. I mean, females take chicks from dudes all the time. I mean, I can't eat your pussy better than a female.
Wow. Wow.
It's the truth. I can't.
Okay.
I can't.
Yeah, it's just the way you said it.
Oh, I mean, okay. I mean, it's the truth. Like, I can't eat your poo. I can't.
Okay.
Your pussy. I can't.
Okay.
I can't eat.
Right.
Like you know what you like. You know what I mean? Sometimes you even have to guide my head. You pull my head up. You pull my head down, left, right. Like, you guide my head because you know what you like. If another girl was there, she would know what you like. You wouldn't have to guide her head. You know, it just is what it is.
You know, it's funny. I have a really good girlfriend that we've been friends since college. And she, at the time, I think that she believed that she was heterosexual. I only knew her at that time as a heterosexual.
Okay.
But now I understand that she was a heterosexual with homosexual tendencies or homosexual interests.
Okay.
That she didn't really let me know about. But I knew that she hung out with a lot of gay men.
Okay.
And was like, they were really tight, like really, really cool. And at the time, I didn't have any gay friends. Being gay wasn't something that people were so outward with at the time. But she had, a bunch of male gay friends. And I remember her telling me that she learned how to
give head.
Yes. She learned how to do that from her gay besties.
Right.
And I said, well, how did that happen? Like, how'd that go down? Explain it to me. She said, well, if you think about it, Guy, they're men and they receive that type of pleasure from other men, or they give that type of pleasure to other men. Who better to do it than a person that has that body part and knows exactly what they like?
Right.
They know what tempo, they know what position, they know what maneuvers, they know, what lengths of time, they know what switch up, they know where to go next, how to come back, how to hold, how to grip, they know everything because they have penises. So they are the perfect people to give me that type of advice. And she said, I learned how to give the best that way. And I was like, wow, I need a gay bestie.
Right.
But yeah, so no, there's some truth to what you're saying. But if a person is bisexual but I think they might lean more in one direction.
Right.
Like for me, let's say that I were the threesome having type, a girl would never be able to steal me away from you because I would clearly lean in one direction. Like, I don't think that a woman could ever give me.
You say that now.
What you as a man can give me.
And I'm sure there's a bunch of women in the DMs right now that be like, you never been with me. Like, I'm sure, I'm serious. Like,
I've gotten some of those DMs.
See? Like, I'm sure, like, and me too. I've gotten a 1,000,001 dudes in my DM talking about, like, yo, what's up? What you doing this week?
Whoever Peachtree is needs to stop leaving comments on my man's page. That's all. A Peachtree, you need to stop. I'm just saying.
Is Peachtree a female or male?
If you see Peachtree in the next comments, spam her, please. Thank you.
Is Peachtree a female or male?
I think Peachtree may have been born a male, but is now a female.
Oh.
That is what I think.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. That's just what I think.
Okay.
But she don't let a single picture of you go by without a or let me not even.
I ain't mad at Peachtree.
I'm just kidding. I'm not mad at Peachtree either. So go ahead.
No, but I mean, to be real with you, like, yeah. So you never know. That's the reason why I couldn't. Like, I could not. It would always be on mine.
But you're basically saying that you think a female might be able to turn me out.
You never know.
And change my perspective.
Hey, you never know. I'll be thinking all the time, like, damn, when she's at home without me and she's masturbating, is she thinking about me or is she thinking about the other girl? Like, I would.
Am I thinking? Oh, you would think that,
right?
Okay,
right. So I don't even want to put myself through that. So no, I'm not sharing you. I'm not sharing them butt cheeks. I'm not sharing them tatas. I'm not sharing that vagina. I'm good. Those lips are mine.
I mean, but for you, I guess that would complicate things even more because then you wouldn't just have to worry about one gender. You'd have to worry about two. It would be like,
what you mean?
Double trouble. I mean, if you were ever worried about me straying, you wouldn't just have to worry about with men.
Hey, I got to worry about this.
Then you got to worry about, if we're walking down the street, like you look at a chick and I'm looking at her too.
Exactly.
Because then you have to be like,
I'm like, what?
I just complicated my whole life.
Exactly.
I mean, but for me, like, forget about it. Like, I would agree to it and we'd be in the middle of it and I would just get the urge to knock a bitch out. Like, I wouldn't even be.
Exactly.
Like, and I would have buyer's remorse. I would never.
All right. And
I would never be able to do that. But don't get me wrong. Like, I've fantasized about it.
Mm-hmm.
No. Actually, no. If I pick my fantasy apart, it's not really me even being involved. But even though in reality,
right,
I couldn't even imagine you standing within 2 feet of a female. In my private thoughts, I've imagined you with another female.
And it's funny that you said that. I know this podcast is we got to leave in a little bit, but that's what I want to talk about next week.
You're gonna stop doing it.
No. I'm serious because that's actually what I wrote down for next week. I want to talk about fantasies for next week, and I want people to DM us because I love when people tell us theirs. Like, what is your wildest and weirdest fantasy? And we're gonna read some of them. I want you to think about yours.
I'm not talking about. Can I keep something for myself?
No. Next week.
Can I keep something for myself?
Next week, I want you to talk about your fantasy, and I'm going to talk about mine.
You're gonna? Do I know all your fantasies?
Nope. I'm going to talk about.
I really don't know all your fantasies.
Nope.
You told me I know all your fantasies.
Well, we're going to talk about.
Are you having an open moment right now?
We're going to talk about it next week. Next week, we're going to start off the show with fantasies, and I want you to DM us, and also I want you to email us at thekcrew@gmail. TheeKCCrew@gmail.com.
I'm so tired of you doing this to
or
me.
you can DM us, let us know your crazy and wildest fantasies, and you could be descriptive, you could be long. We're gonna screenshot it and we're gonna read it for next week's podcast that's coming up this week. I should say this week's podcast, and we're gonna talk about it.
Hold on a minute, be clear, because now you got me confused. This is coming out tomorrow, Monday. Do you want these emails for Wednesday?
Yes.
Okay, so that means get to your phones, get to your laptops or whatever, and email them now.
Right now.
Because we're going to be reading them in a day.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let us know. I want you to get descriptive. Where you want the penis, where you want the finger.
Come on, they get it. They know.
All right.
They know.
And don't forget, July 27th, our live show, Sony Hall. Get your tickets, SonyHall.com or Ticketmaster.com. Get your tickets. There's very few left, but we want to see you at the Sony Hall. It's a Friday, July 27th. We also have
come out.
comedy right after with Major Hype and Rip Michael. So hopefully we get to see you guys July 27th. Get your tickets. A few left. All right?
Yes.
Now it's time for you to get ready. And I'm going to take a quick nap and then we're going to go to the club.
Sounds good.
All right, y'all. I'm DJ Envy.
And I am Gia Casey.
And that was Pillow Talk with the Casey Crew.
Toodles.